new Transam, and here it is. Now I know it doesn't look like much, but it is going to look nice when it's complete. So kit number 2. What I'm going to do is give you a quick tour of the car, because I did promise in a previous video that I would show you my new Transam and just give you a little walk around so you can see exactly how it compares to my last car, my last Transam that I converted into a Kitt. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm also just going to give you a little bit of an update on some of the other projects I've got going on at the moment. You will know from a previous video, I've got my UFO project here. However, I've not been able to do anything in the garage for about 6 weeks because half of the kitchen that I've just had installed in our house has been stored in the garage. So I've not been able to do anything. I've not been able to get in here. And I bought this car, I had the Transam delivered about 3 weeks ago. So I've not really been able to do anything with the car either because it's been stuck in here with all the other kitchen stuff and it's just been chaos. Anyway, I spent about the last week trying to reorganise the garage, and I've chucked a load of stuff out, made more room and built this new unit here. So I've got lots more units, this like worktop here for my quads. Now with the quads, I'll briefly talk about them because I've got some other stuff coming up this year that I want to do with the quads and my bike. And also obviously my car, and I do want to finish the UFO project as well. So quickly before we get onto the Transam, I'm just going to go over here. Firstly, the UFO project. This is going to be what I'm going to finish before I start the car. Okay, because this is a project that is going to look really cool. This is going to be I'm really looking forward to doing this. Getting this complete. So I've got lots of materials and lots more stuff to add to this, but as I said, I've not been able to get in here to do any work, so it's just been a nightmare. So this is what I'm going to finish first. I'm going to start working on this in the next few days, and then hopefully in about the next 2 or 3 weeks it's going to be complete. Hopefully, but there's a lot more work to do with this because I've got to do the interior, the exterior, I've got to fit a seat, electronics and all that, lights and sound. There's loads of stuff to do. But this is going to look really, really good when it's finished. So make sure you come back and see future videos for when the old UFO is complete. It's going to look really good. Now, with the quads, I may actually sell one of the quads. I don't know yet because I'm running out of room, as you can see. I mean, I've got a fairly big garage, but I need space to work on stuff. Now, I might sell this one. I might sell the water-cooled quad. Be a little bit of a shame if I do, because I wanted to do a top speed test on this year, and I'm going to do the same for the air-cooled. So if I keep this one, I'm going to take it to a runway strip and get it timed so I can get a top speed test, and the same for the green one. This is the air-cooled. This is an air-cooled 2-stroke engine, and this is a water-cooled 2-stroke engine. So this one's definitely a lot faster. But I would say this one's more fun because it's more, I can handle it easier because it's not quite as powerful and it's just a little bit more fun. It's not quite so crazy when you take it out on track. So I've got lots of stuff planned for these quads. If I keep this one, I'm definitely going to test it on the track later this year, do a top speed test and some other stuff I've got lined up for this, but I'll see. I might sell it, I might not, I don't know. The air-cooled, I'm going to hopefully be able to video more stuff with this later this year. And obviously my bike, I think I've said this before as well, I'm going to do a top speed test on my bike. So I'm going to gear it right down. So I'm going to basically put a really small sprocket on the back and then a bigger pinion on the front there, and then I'm just going to gear it for top end speed and take it to a runway and see what I can get. So this is going to be another project I'm going to do later this year. I do race the bike throughout the summer months anyway on track in different championships around the UK, but I'm going to try and take it to a runway sometime this year and get a top speed test. That's going to be really good fun. So that's what we've got going on with the other projects. I've got other stuff I want to do as well. However, I'm sure you'd agree, I've got enough here to keep me busy for probably a good year or so now. So this is the new Trans Am. It's a 3.1 V6. Yeah. What we'll do is open the front here. You have to just bear with me because I've only got one spare hand. So, alright, so this is, as I said, a 3.1 V6 engine. Yeah, I don't know if you can see much in there because it might be quite dark. However, I'll probably do another video at some point where I take it outside. The reason why I do my videos in my garage is because of sounds. It's just a lot easier. I get lots of others, and plus people distract me. People come up to me and talk to me when I'm making my videos outside. It's just easier to do it in the garage. So what we got here? Right, so the other thing I was going to say is the difference between this and my last kit. This is obviously a 3.1 V6. My last kit was a 5 litre V8. This is an auto, and my last one was a manual. I really wanted an auto gearbox. I know some people prefer manual, and that's cool, but me personally, after having a manual gearbox, it was okay. It was fine. I had great fun in my last kit. I absolutely love the car, as you know, but I just wanted to buy an auto because I just felt like it was going to be a little bit easier when I'm just driving around, having a cruise. I haven't got to worry about changing gears and all of that. So I wanted an automatic. This car came up at a good price from a friend of mine, and although I wasn't in a great position to actually buy it because I've got lots of other stuff going on, I didn't want to miss it. So I thought, even if it just sits here for a few months before I even start the project, that's fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. One of the things I've got here, yeah, you'll see that this is all red, yeah. So what I need to do is get the entire engine bay sprayed black. So this is going to be, I'm going to have to take this car back to the bones, back to basically bare bones, yeah. Whereas my last kit, I tried to use it at the same time as I did get it sprayed and do the car up. So the last car, although it turned out really good, I was really happy how it turned out. There were things on it which I wish I'd done a little bit different. Maybe I shouldn't have used it when I was constantly trying to do the car up. I should have just maybe garaged it and then did it that way. But hey, you know, we live and learn. So this one I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to get the engine taken out of the car, and then I'm going to get all of this sprayed black. So the whole engine bay is going to be sprayed, and then the engine's going to come out, be cleaned, polished, and then I'm going to put the engine back. So that's one of the first jobs that needs to be done. It needs a full respray. At the front there, I've already got a season, I think it's a season 2 nose, yeah, so that's already on, and basically the car is almost ready to be sprayed, yeah. The only thing it doesn't have, and you've probably noticed it already, is it doesn't have a T-bar roof, yeah, it doesn't have the removable glass. Now that, I'm not really bothered about that because my last kit, I think I only removed the glass about 3 times in 2 years when I owned the car. And I just didn't really ever take the glass out. It's nice to have it, but it just really isn't very practical. And people will say, well, Paul, you know, it's not screen accurate if it hasn't got the T-bar. Well, apparently some of the cars that were used in the Kitt TV show, apparently some of them didn't even have a T-bar. So, you know, you could argue and say this is actually screen accurate because some of the cars in the TV show were actually a hardtop. But anyway, you know, I don't really care about that. The fact is, as it's a hardtop, that's one thing I'm not going to have to worry about. I'm not going to have to get all of the T-bar section replaced, as in like rubbers and all the T section in there, because if you go back on my previous videos, that was something I had to do. If you remember, I changed all of the middle section on the car, and then I had it all sprayed, which needed to be which meant all of the rubbers had to be removed, and then I had to replace the rubbers with brand new rubbers, which was obviously more cost and all of that. So it's not I'm not really that bothered that I don't have a T-bar. It really isn't going to bother me. One thing you can do, and people have mentioned this to me over the last couple of weeks, is you can actually get some, you can buy some strips and some different moulding, and you can put it on the roof to make it look like a T-bar. Yeah, that's something that you can do. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't know. I'll see nearer the time. I'll get it sprayed. I'll get it all black first, and then go from there. I'm not going to worry too much about the roof. But that is the only thing it doesn't have. Yeah, it's an automatic gearbox. It's a lovely car. I've only drove it up and down the drive at the moment. I've not actually taken it out on a drive, but yeah, it starts up lovely. It ticks over really well, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. One of the other things it does have is the big tyres. It has the 15-inch wheels. Now, I'm going to be transparent. These are not original, like real 15-inch wheels, turbocast wheels, which the Kitt had, which Knight Rider had. They are just caps. Yeah. However, I think they look pretty good. I mean, you know, what do you think? They do look pretty good. And I personally think the whole car sits so much nicer on 15s. That was something I wanted my last car to have, but they were so expensive, I just thought, no, I'm not going to buy them. But these are just caps, and these here, yeah, they kind of like push on, and then with my bowling ball caps, the bolt goes straight through, and then just goes straight through this as well, and it holds the whole thing on. It's a clever design, and quite a few people are starting to use these because they're a lot more. It's a lot cheaper to do without having to go out straight away and buy the 15-inch wheels. So anyway, I won't go on too much more about that. But I just wanted to say that because a lot of people are going to look at them and think, oh, because I did. When I actually bought the car, when I was interested in the car, I got some pictures and I thought, wow, they're 15-inch wheels. And they're not, but they do look like them. They really, you can't tell. You can't tell when the car's going past. And even when you get up close, you just don't know until you actually touch this and it's actually plastic. But I will get some 15-inch wheels at some point. Right, moving to the back, it already has the correct rear bumper. I think that's a 1982 or 1984 rear bumper. So what we'll do is open this up, if I can. So it is very similar to my last kit. Yeah. One thing I'm going to have to do is get the rear lights so I can get my blackout. Yeah, I know how to do that. That's not a problem. In fact, I think I got some lights with the actual car. Very similar in the back here to my last Transam. Very, very similar. So it's just going to be a case of ripping the entire interior out, spraying all the plastic trim, all the plastic here interior tan like I did last time, and then obviously change the carpet to tan and just upgrade lots of other things on the interior. Right, what we'll do is go around to the side of the car, and then that's going to be the last part of the video. So the most important part, oh, yeah, I don't know if you remember in the previous video on my last kit, I actually banged my door on this table, because it was exactly like that. And I think I opened it up and I went bang and smashed it on the, that was a painful mistake. Anyway, so here we are. So yeah, isn't the same as my last kit, is it? You know, nowhere near. A lot of work to do. However, it's going to be good fun. So I've got the automatic gearbox. It's so nice to use. It is really nice to use. Because I'm so used to using a manual gearbox on these, it's just nice to just put it in drive and just have 2 pedals. Sometimes it's simple things, hey. So what else have we got here? We've got a few upgrades that he's done in the center console. These are for the fog lights. I've got my windows, and it does actually come, I think you may have seen a previous video that I've uploaded. This car did come with a brand new season 1 / season 2 Night Rider dashboard. So that is actually in the house at the moment. I'm keeping that in the spare room under a blanket. So that's a brand new dashboard that's going to sit across there. So that's one huge thing I don't have to worry about when I do this conversion on the car, because that is normally quite a stressful thing, to have to get all the parts for the dashboard, the right parts, get all the electronics, put it all together, spray it. So that's a big part of the build that I'm not going to have to do. I'm of course going to have to take this out. Yeah, I've got lots of stuff to do in the car, but the actual front dashboard, this is just the front dashboard. That's one thing I don't have to worry about for this particular build, thank goodness. What I will have to do though is buy a new lower console, a computer console, and obviously a new center console as well, because this car is a 1990 car. Yeah, when I buy the center console, I need a 1982 or 83, 84 center console. There you go then, that is my new Trans Am. I hope you like it. So there's going to be a lot of work involved, as I'm sure you'll agree. There's a lot of work involved over the next, I don't know, year, 2 years. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a really good project. And it's good that I can take it back to the bare bones and kind of just make it my own this time. I'm going to rip out everything this time and just redo all the electronics, all the wiring system under the dashboard. So I'm going to be a lot more thorough this time. My last car, I did the best I possibly could with what I had. But this time I've obviously learned by doing a kit already. And this time I'm going to make improvements and just do things a little bit differently. So if you want to follow along and watch how I do it, maybe you've got a Trans Am yourself, or you're going to go out and buy one, you can follow along, see how I do it, and hopefully that will help you to maybe build your own at some point in the future. My new Trans Am. I hope you like it. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed if you want to keep up to date with all of our future videos that we upload to YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.